Hi, thanks for joining me for another video and yet another guitar review of something a little different. This could be in the series of cheap guitars that don't suck. Now this is a Marlin. This is a state-of-the-art series. This is probably from about 86, I think. Now Marlin started off as a budget brand selling through catalogues in Canada. They moved over into Europe in sort of mid-80s. They originally started in 75, I think, in Canada. By the 80s they moved into Germany, as I said. Fairly low key still, but in 86 they kind of really took off and they started to get guitars made in Korea in the Samick factory, and then latterly they had guitars made in the Cork factory. I mean, they're a good pedigree of guitar manufacturers. This model I believe to be about an 86, I reckon. Things really took off for them. They had the best-selling guitar in Europe between 86 and 88, which was the Sidewinder, so I don't have a picture of it, but I think it was mainly a kind of Strat-esque type copy, really. And they're still quite sought after today. I think that some of the guitars had solid bodies, others had ply bodies, but don't underestimate, I should say, a plywood body guitar. Some are very good, some are awful, but some are really good. Now this one, getting back to point, this seems to have like it needs a lot of work. I mean, look at that action, can you see that? It's around 10 mil. Something's not right. Now it's kind of not a Floyd Rose, but definitely I can't speak today, a Floyd Rose style bridge. It's actually got rollers on it as well, so it's quite well thought out. Now I know the electronics in this are pretty shaky. I tried it yesterday. Snap, crackling, pop springs to mind, so I'm going to have to clean the electrics up, and it's wildly out of tune, obviously. So we've got to sort this action. The nut here, it's got the clamp part missing. So I'll either have to source one or I'll just block it off, because I think my friend's got somebody interested in buying this. Now overall, the standard finish looks pretty good. I mean, this is quite an old guitar. This is a bit strange. Look here, the cover over the back of the pots. There's no screws. It looks like that's stuck down, so I'm going to have to get that off. And the other thing is those pickups. The rear one especially looks really, really low. It's lower than the neck. Normally the other way around, aren't they? So I think the first thing we can do is get this apart. Now, frets seem pretty reasonable. I don't know what the tuner's like yet until we start playing around with it. So new set of strings, good clean up. I'm not sure I'm going to film all of that because I've done it to death, and people get bored easy and they just skip forward anyway. Obviously I'll show you bits that I've removed so we can have a little discussion on it. As always, timestamps, just skip to the bits you want to see, but please stay with it, and it can be quite interesting. I've never played one, I've never held one. I had a friend many years back, I think he raved about these. He played semi-professionally, he had a Marlin for quite a few years, and he regrettably sold it. And funny enough, I think he was saying that he saw it in a video and he knew it was his because it had the exact same stickers he put on it in exactly the same place. So yeah, it reared its head many years later and still being used. Right, let's chat, let's get this apart and see what we've got. Okay, the strings are all off. They're a bit of a mess. Now this is quite an interesting little arrangement. So you've got two springs. There doesn't seem to be any method of increasing or decreasing the spring tension. I thought there was a little adjuster screw down inside here that would kind of help level it, but looking inside, the camera's not going to pick it up. I don't think it does. It's all a bit minging. I've had to free off these little tuning pieces here. They're wound down incredibly tight. It's all pretty minging. So I'll put that through my ultrasonic cleaner in a minute. Now it does seem quite a nice bridge though. It's still got the, there, you can see these little adjustable screws here for raising up and down the heights. for your action and stuff. So we'll clean that up and have a better look at that. Now looking inside, you can see that is a ply body, and like I said, there's different qualities of ply. That's an earth cable there, just to make sure we get that tightened back up again. Not much to see inside here. There's no markings on the pickups. Obviously they're humbuckers, fully adjustable, so we can get those sorted out. And here's the rear one. You can see there's nothing on the back there. No clues to anything. But they do look quite nicely put together. Lots of adjustment on them. Now I've still got to get the cap off the back yet, the cover, and so we can get to these parts and get them all cleaned up. So that's next, and the whole guitar needs a clean. Now there is a slight issue on some of the frets. So I'll just remove my lighting. So it's a bit of a wiggle around on the camera there. Now hopefully you can hear this. You may not be able to hear it, but there's a bit of movement on the fret ends. The camera's not going to pick them up. They've raised slightly. Not all of them, just a couple of them. So I'm going to feed the fretboard. It might just be dried out, and hopefully be able to tap those back in, because there's a little bit of fret rock. But I think once cleaned up, hopefully we can get this into a good playable state, because the headstock is kind of pretty minging there, isn't it? Oh, needs a really good clean up. Yeah, I'm going to maybe see if I can swap that part over from another guitar of mine, because I don't have time to order a piece in before I've got to give this back. But it's a great looking guitar, isn't it? It really is pretty cool. Right, okay, let's waffle and let's get on with the cleaning up, and hopefully we can get this all set up. I'll just show you the bridge now. It's been through ultrasonic cleaning. It's come out really quite well. Everything's freed up, managed to free up all these little adjusters. And I found an issue with it. This piece here, if you can see that, was broken on the end. So I stripped it all down, and I found that it was actually brass. So I, using my blow lamp, I don't know if you can see in there really, I soldered a new plate on the bottom of it. So now this little screw here can adjust the spring tension, and before it couldn't do that. So that's why the bridge was sitting really high up, because the springs didn't have enough tension on them. So as you can see already, that's much nicer and flatter. So hopefully that's sorted the action out. So I'm going to get all back together. I've done the fretboard, you'll see that in a little bit, and then we'll take some measurements as well. Once this is all back in, we'll take some measurements of the pickups, and I'll give you some weights of the guitar and stuff, and we'll check the scale length, and then it's time to plug it in and give it a go, because I managed to get the switch working and one of the pots, but I couldn't get the cover off the back of the guitar. Remember, there's no screws and it's stuck down fast, and I don't want to damage it getting it apart, but I seem to have got it all working, so fingers crossed. Okay, let's crack on, and see if we get that done, see if we can play it. Okay, camera's a bit shaky so I'm holding it, just trying to get a better view of the meter. So the switch is actually ran the wrong way, but there we have the neck position, 8.74k, bridge position, 9.14k, and both pickups, 4.55k. Okay, let's see what this bad boy weighs. Okay. Quite respectable, £8. Cool. Let's get some strings on it. Right folks, we have an epic fail here. Right, you can see I've got strings on. You can see that the fretboard's looking a lot nicer now, it's all looking a lot cleaner. Got the bridge on, and my repair to it, it did kind of work. It did retension the springs a bit, but as soon as you try and get the strings tuned and under tension, the whole back just rises up. There's just not enough tension on those springs, even with me adjusting them. The other slight problem I have is I don't have the cage tops here, the clamps, and I tried them off one of my guitars and they don't fit. So I don't think it's just that, there's another issue, and I think what's happened is have to take this back off in a minute. I'm going to have to block this off. It's the only way this guitar's going to be able to be played. I think the block at the front where the springs attach, I think that's bent. It's got an angle on it, and I wondered if that was cast like that, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually started to come over. So there's probably a serious problem there that could actually snap altogether. But the problem is, as I said, as we try to tune this up, the string tensions, I put 10s on here because I normally prefer 10s on anything with a whammy. Not always, but usually. This back of the bridge rises up, and then these bits, they come down now, but they float. And they just rise up, and you end up with this ridiculous high action. It's just going to make it unplayable. So I think the only thing we can do is we're going to take the bridge off and going to find a method of just blocking it so it can just be used like a standard guitar without a whammy. And I think that's the only thing we can do. So yeah, sorry, lots of waffle, but you know, these things happen, and that's why I do these videos, because not everything goes to plan at all times, does it? And we learn as we go. So bit of a pain, because I thought that was it. When I fixed that end and it was adjusting, I thought we had it. So I'm going to take the bloody strings off again, get this off, and I'll block it down somehow. I'll show you how I do that, and then hopefully we'll have a playable guitar. So as everything, it takes 5 times longer than you expect. Okay, onwards. Okay, I did a really quick mod to block it off. Now there was a hole here already for some reason. I think that's to stop it diving back, so you couldn't like overdo it. So I've used that existing hole, and I've drilled this piece of block here and tapped it and put a screw through. So now it locks it in that direction, so the string pull can't raise that back. And to adjust the action, we can just use those adjusters there, just like on a standard kind of Fender, really, a Strat style adjustment. So hopefully that'll work. And I was right. If you look here, you can see that's got quite a quirky angle on it, and it's actually twisted this face a bit. So yeah, the spring pressure was just bending this back and back, and eventually that would probably just twist off. So that's why the bridge was rising. So it's a reversible repair that I've done, an invisible one, so you can remove that screw and put it back. But I think its tremolo days are over. Right, I'm going to screw this back in and hopefully be able to tune it up now. And we should also still be able to tune gradual, sort of very fine tuning off the back of these still. So we'll see. Anyway, let's see if that works. Hey, it worked. Happy days. So yeah, we got still got a bit of snap, crackle and pop, I think, because these pots do need sorting, and well, you know, well, it's not for me to do. But I've got the action down reasonably low. I don't think you can get it much lower than that, but at least it's playable now. This still got a bit of crackle on the lead and stuff, but it's a nice looking guitar, isn't it? So yeah, at least now it's playable. So we'll just play a few things clean, because obviously I realise this is getting to be quite a long video. Cut a clean bit, and then we'll just show it with a bit of distortion, and then we'll just have a jam, and that'll probably be the end of the video. But yeah, simple fix, just an M3 screw and a tap, and that's kind of sorted it. Okay, let's crack on. there we have it in the end. Marlin State of the Art series. I'm quite impressed with it. It's still got a few issues. The intonation is fractionally out, easily adjustable on the bridge here. You just got some Allen keys in there, just adjust the saddles back and forward, so really simple to do that. The action could be a little low. I'm not sure if there's any more to go on the bridge, but it'd be very easy to shim the neck upwards with just a piece of card or something, because it's a bottleneck. So a very, very simple job to do, but quite playable. Nicely balanced. What's not to like about it? It's a shame about the bridge being damaged, but I didn't have a whammy bar for it anyway. I think I had a couple kicking around and none of them fitted it, so I don't know if it's a specialist fit, so it might be impossible to get one now, I don't know. Anyway, it seems to hold tune relatively well. I mean, it's new strings on there as well, and they haven't had really time to bed in. They just sort of picked it up and played it. So I think the tuners are fine. It seems to be a pretty well put together bit of kit, isn't it? I'm going to keep an eye out for one. I think I might have to have one for my collection. I think this one's pretty much sold, so I can't get my beady hands on it. It does, like I say, need a bit of work. The pots do need sorting, a bit crackly still, but to do it properly, got to get this off, and I don't want to damage it. Anyway, I hope that was fairly interesting for you. A bit of a long video again, but timestamps. More coming up, so please stay tuned for that. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye now.